Good morning and welcome to Daybreak. I'm Alexis Adams.
And I'm Brittany Lawfer. Students taking the International Media course now know where they are going. Discover what cultures students will get to see firsthand.
And will the Steelers ever be whole again? What black and gold player is now black and blue?
And we will sit down with a graduate assistant from the Center for Sports Marketing.
Daybreak starts right now. And Brittany, it is warm today. I was so happy.
It's been 75, I think.
And I was outside in a nice little light hoodie. I was excited, of course, but I heard it's going to go back down this weekend.
It's getting pretty cold. I think we're going to have to send it over to weather to see what's next.
Thanks. So yeah, like we said, that it's finally November weather. I know last week it was in the 70s, absolutely incredible. They're setting up for light up night. They have the tree, and all of a sudden it's 70 degrees. Just doesn't seem fitting. But we're back in second week in November. We start with a lot of sun. It's going to be in the low 50s, but as we get later into the week, it's actually going to warm up slightly, but we will have rain in the forecast. Thursday, it's going to be partly cloudy and 51 degrees. And as we move into the weekend, rain will persist, but like I said, the temperatures will go from 56 to 59 on Saturday, and then back to the mid-50s for Sunday. So yeah, it's going to be pretty decent weather next week. Like I said, it's going to be perfect sweater weather. It's November. Get out there, get ready for light up night, and that's all I have for you. Back to Brittany and Alexis at the couch.
The 2016 School of Communications International Media course will be traveling to Amsterdam and Brussels in May. These trips are to enhance and diversify students, exposing them to multicultural media outlets. Since 2008, this class has taken students places like England, France, Italy, Ireland, Germany, Canada, and more. The location for this trip was determined by a poll taken by the School of Communications. The estimated price right now is $3,175,000 for a group of 15 and decreases with the increase in student travelers. Fundraisers will be held to help the cost of the trip, along with donations from the Fallon Travel Fund, which Point Park professor Helen Fallon and her children established when her husband suddenly passed in 2008. The School of Communications undergraduate, graduate, and honors program students can take the class listed as Journalism 390 or 590 Section DA. Other students will need permission from course instructors. For more information on the course, you can visit the School of Communications office, 10th floor on Thayer Hall.
Point Park welcomed a new member to their staff last week. Ms. Theo Bucci will serve as the university's new mental health counselor. She joins us from Turtle Creek Valley MHMR, where she was the clinical supervisor. The mental health counselor is here for undergraduate and graduate students who may be facing hard times and need to talk. She also will be able to be a point person in time of crisis. The benefits of having a mental health counselor are limitless, and you can visit her in the office, which is located in the Student Center, room 714, or at 412-392-3959, or by email at tbucci@pointpark.edu.
Point Park's Confluence Psychology Alliance will be co-hosting a winter blanket and clothing drive event with Operation Safety Net and a Pittsburgh-based medical outreach program. The event will be a blanket drive kickoff to encourage students to donate. The event will include interactive activities to help students de-stress between classes. Chipotle will be catering and music will be played. The drive is set to take place Tuesday, November 17th from 1 to 3 p.m. in Lawrence Hall, room 200. The holiday season is almost here, and that means all my favorite holiday specials are going to be on TV.
I am so excited, and we have Gillian Bellich here to tell you if your favorites will be airing this holiday season. Gillian?
We begin with one of my favorite holidays, Christmas. So I know Halloween just ended and November just got here, but ABC Family's 25 Days of Christmas schedule has been released. The kickoff starts on December 1st and goes all the way up to December 25th. The network will debut the premiere of new versions of Jim Henson's Christmas specials, including Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas and The Bells of Fragile. And of course, ABC will be playing The Polar Express, Elf, Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas, The Grinch, and A Year Without Santa Claus. In other news, those of you who are Walking Dead fans should get excited because the show has been renewed for season 7. On Friday, AMC renewed ratings for another great season for this show and for Talking Dead as well. President of AMC, Charlie Collier, stated, quote, "We are so proud to share these shows with fans who have been so passionate, communicative, and engaged. We are grateful for and continually impressed by the talent, effort, and excellence on continuous display," end quote. The Walking Dead airs Sundays at 9 p.m. And we say goodbye to Dancing with the Stars contestant Andy Grammer and his partner Allison Holker. The show's theme of the week, Personal Icons, was very emotional for both the contestant and judges. Grammer dedicated his dance to his mother and scored a 22 out of 30. Unfortunately, the singer went home. I know Brittany and Alexis can breathe a sigh of relief since both of their favorites are still competing. Back to them over at the couch.
Definitely excited about that, Gillian.
Yeah.
Coming up after the break, we will speak with the graduate assistant for the Center for Sports Media and Marketing.
And later, Brittany and I will be strapping on our dancing shoes, so stay tuned to find out why.
We are a social people. We share our inspiration, wisdom, creations, and memories. We share what makes us laugh and what angers us. Built on the notion of a free flow of ideas, our country thrives on the freedom of speech. Without it, who would watch over our governing powers? And how would we share our history to make a difference for the future? It's this freedom to share that gives us a reason to listen.
Start your morning with City News.
Start your morning with campus news.
Start your morning with political coverage.
Start your morning with fun.
Start your morning with us, only on Daybreak.
Did you know that Point Park has a cheerleading squad?
Don't get it confused.
Not only do our cheerleaders represent Point Park at regional and national competitions, but they also promote spirit and awareness of every sports team on campus. Come to any men's or women's varsity basketball game at home to watch the cheerleaders perform at halftime and cheer from the sidelines from the first jump ball to the final buzzer. Sports not your thing? You can catch the cheer team lead the crowd at the fall and spring pep rallies as well, or at several competitions around Pittsburgh each year. So what are you waiting for? Show the Point Park cheerleaders the support they show you.
We know you're wondering what the A-list celebrities are up to. Well, here at Entertainment on Point, we're wondering too.
Have you heard about James Franco and Seth Rogen's new movie?
No, but have you heard Beyonce's new single?
Did you see what she was wearing on that red carpet?
Honey, that was not cute.
Did you see what happened on Scandal this week?
No, I was too busy keeping up with the Kardashians.
No matter what your guilty pleasure is, we've got you covered. Entertainment on Point. Get to the point of pop culture.
Welcome back to Daybreak. Now in studio, we are joined by Kelsey Veit, the graduate assistant for the Center for Sports Media and Marketing.
Every year you will bring in some great guest speakers for us, including recently ESPN Root Sports and just a semester a representative from the Adidas group. But tell us more about everything and what's going on.
Well, this is my first semester in the position, and so far we have had Bright House Networks from Florida. Like you said, Adidas group. Kristen Roscoe is an alumni of the SAM MBA program. And coming up this month, we have the Voices of Pittsburgh. So we have the 3 play-by-play announcers for Pittsburgh sports.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
So now you have a student advisory board. So you have students that help you with this. How does that work?
Yes. So these students, they get access to our 2 directors, Mike Fetchko and Tom McMillan. Obviously, not all students on campus get to work with those 2, but our student advisory board does. They do office hours for us. They help promote the events. They get to meet the guests usually. And we do other perks throughout the year. We went to a Penguins game a couple weeks ago, and they got to view console before the game and talk with Tom about some things going on. So they get the perks, but most importantly, they get to work with Mike and Tom. So,
do some of these turn into like real jobs for them?
I mean, that's the best networking they could possibly have. Mike and Tom, they know everyone. So, you know, if they show them how hard they work, then their possibilities are endless with them. So.
That's incredible. And then, so what for the Voices of Pittsburgh? What will they be doing here? You said there's the three play-by-play. What would they be doing while they're here?
So it's a little different than our normal events. Usually there's a presentation that goes on, and they talk about what they do and the companies and etc. But for this event, it's a panel. So it's Bill Hillgrove, Greg Brown, who's also a Point Park alum, and Paul Steigerwald. And they're going to come in, and Tom's going to kind of moderate the panel, and they're just going to talk about what they do. They're going to tell stories. You know, it's not often they all get to sit down together in a room. They're going to give career advice, and then most importantly, they're going to do a Q&A for the students.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited.
How do you pick the people that you want to come?
Well, typically Mike and Tom kind of pick. They have connections, but we are trying to get away from that. I know up in the spring I can't tell you guys who's coming, but
not even,
who's next?
Do you have a clue or something?
Two of them are not connections. They're ones. Mike and Tom really pushed me to reach out to some companies throughout the whole country, really, and we got some big names coming in, and it'll be cool to see.
I want to know who. I feel like we should get the scoop.
I'm a little bit curious.
Keep your eyes out. Like January, I might let you guys know.
Okay.
Send us a press release.
Yeah.
And then you have the baseball winter meetings. Can you tell us about that? That's a competition for students, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. So it's the second year we're doing it. What it is there's a minor league job fair that goes on, a job forum, and it's there's like 400 to 500 job postings down there, and it takes place at the same place as the winter meeting. So obviously representatives from the major teams as well as the minors will be there. So we had a competition. Anyone could apply. They had to submit their resume, write an essay of why they wanted to go. We went through an interview process, and we take students down, and basically what we do is we give them the opportunity to apply to all these different positions, and on site they get to get interviewed. So hopefully they get interviews. It's just all on how well they perform down there.
How do you feel holding your position? Are you excited?
Yeah, I do. I love it.
You love it.
What are some of your job responsibilities?
So I'm in charge of the Student Advisory Board. In the description, I run the center every day, which basically means, I'm in there. I'm here for the students. I do all the coordinating for the events. I do all the coordinating for the trips. I do all the marketing for the events. Social media, obviously, with the help of the students, because that is not my forte. And then I don't know how else to put it. I just kind of make sure everything's going the way it should go for the center.
And then before we go, will you tell us the just the event for the date and time for the Voices in Pittsburgh?
Absolutely, yeah. It's Thursday, November 19th at 1 p.m. in the Student Center, room 701.
Perfect.
Awesome.
We'll see you there. And thank you so much for coming in, Kelsey. We look forward to seeing more great guests from the center.
And I cannot wait to see all the great Pittsburgh sports broadcasters come down. And after the break, we will find out a lot more about Daybreak, so stay tuned.
Here at the Pioneer Sideline, we get freshmen involved as quickly as possible so they get the real-world experience on air and behind the scenes to set themselves apart in internships and potential jobs. Blaine, where is that video? I needed it in KeyPro like yesterday.
All right, I got you, Chris. But I had a quick question for you guys.
What do you mean the questions?
Like,
it's always a question.
Look.
It's always a... What? Where is he? Blaine. 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 Freshman, you can't find any good ones anymore.
Ever wanted to be behind the mic and have the world listening to your show on campus? Well, it's just as simple as joining WPPJ, Point Park's student-run radio station, located on the second floor of Lawrence Hall, right next to the dining services. Listeners can tune in using Point Park's website or through the TuneIn app by searching WPPJ. WPPJ welcomes any new DJs that want to get involved, so be heard. Do you have what it takes?
The Steelers finally get Ben Roethlisberger back, and now one of the biggest weapons they had is gone.
And with more, we send it over to Jess Paterchek.
The Steelers lost against the Cincinnati Bengals this past Sunday, 16-10. This loss makes them have a record of 4 wins and 4 losses. On the first offensive drive of the game for the Steelers, starting quarterback Ben Roethlisberger showed some major promise in his return. They drove the ball down the field, scoring with an Antonio Brown touchdown to establish the first score of the game. After this drive, the Steelers completely fell apart, having 3 turnovers during the duration of the game. Starting running back Le'Veon Bell tore his MCL during the game and is now out for season, being placed on injured reserve. Running back D'Angelo Williams will now start for the Steelers in the backfield. With this, Ben is now 2-5 when it comes to returning from injury. Although they lost, Roethlisberger broke a record, having 40,000 career passing yards. He is the first player in team history to ever do this. The Pittsburgh Penguins recently played the Toronto Maple Leafs on Halloween night in Toronto. The Pens won 4-0, looking really sharp out there on the ice. This win is their 4th consecutive victory, establishing that winning streak, knock on wood. With this, Eric Fair and Matt Cullen both scored their first goals of the season. Fair's goal was shorthanded thanks to a Pascal Dupuis slashing penalty. Along with these two, Chris Kunitz and Patrick Hornquist also scored goals during the game. Penguins goaltender Marc-Andre Fleury had 21 saves on the night, establishing his 2nd shutout of the season. In Phil Kessel's return to Toronto, he had no scores for the night. After being traded to the Penguins officially back in the summer on July 1st, Kessel has performed really well. Kessel said, quote, "Toronto will always be my home. I'll miss it here, but I have to move on," end quote. The Pens will be home again this Wednesday when they host the Montreal Canadiens. Now with more on what is going on locally, back to Brittany and Alexis.
Dance Mom star 50-year-old Abigail Lee Miller pled not guilty on Monday to bankruptcy fraud charges. Miller's charges including trying to hide $775,000 worth of income from the Lifetime Network reality show and spin-off projects during her Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Miller was free on bond after her federal court appearance in downtown Pittsburgh. When reporters asked Miller if she had any comments, she simply responded, quote, "I didn't have my hair done," end quote. A trial date has not been set.
You're not a true fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers if you don't know what a terrible towel is. It's been 40 years since broadcaster Myron Cope introduced the terrible towel to hype up fans for a playoff game versus the Baltimore Colts. The Steelers currently are selling a 40th anniversary towel to commemorate the anniversary. All the money raised from the sale of the towels will continue to help the Allegheny Valley School, a school for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
News is broken out everywhere about people finding dangerous items in their Halloween candy. One local teenager from Indiana, PA had told police that she found a razor blade inside a piece of Halloween candy after cutting her mouth on it. However, reports have come out that the 16-year-old girl had made up the incident. She was treated at a hospital for cuts in her mouth that was indeed from a piece of razor and bubble gum, but she received the gum during a community event in the Marion Center area. More than 300 children had received treats at that event, and no one else reported that anything was tainted.
One of the biggest issues of parking downtown is adding more time when your meter is all out on the street.
Last week, I covered a story about how city officials can now just tell drivers there's an app for that. It's the most frustrating part of James Hill's day, wondering if this will be enough before he can get back and feed the meter again. He often comes back to find a ticket.
It's just one more stress to add to life. You know, of everything in the world that you have to do at your job, why should being stressed out about being parking be another thing on top of that?
But the Pittsburgh Parking Authority is making life a little bit easier for James and other parkers.
It's my pleasure today to announce that we have partnered with Park Mobile to provide an alternative method of meter payment for our system, pay by phone.
The easy-to-use app is simple. You'll create an account. There, you can add your license plate and keep up to 5 cars registered. Then you can add your credit card number. To use the Go Mobile Pittsburgh app, you'll need the zone number of where your car is parked. You can find that on your parking meter. There's a sticker. Mine is right here, and my zone number is 4823. I'll use that zone number, enter it into my Go Mobile Pittsburgh app, and I'll be able to complete my parking transaction. The app features even more benefits, besides just paying for parking.
If you're somewhere and you run out of time, you'll get a little text message saying, hey, you have 10 minutes left on your phone, you know what, on your meter, and then by then you will be able to put money on your phone. Simple.
It's a compact downtown area, so it's difficult to find spots. You know, the garages, they fill up very early, and sometimes you're only left with finding a spot on the street. And it can be really frustrating when you're trying to pay, you're trying to come back into your car, you have to run back, find your meter, but this new universal thing, it's actually such a game changer when it comes to parking town.
While the app does have many benefits, some drivers are concerned it could be harder to find a space since there may not be as much turnover. Mayor Bill Peduto doesn't think it will be a problem.
Parking should always have around 80% of the spaces taken, so people feel that they can find a spot on the street to park. It also means that you're not charging such a low amount that you're at 100% or such a high amount that you're at 50%.
It's been really frustrating all these years, but I think I can finally be happy with parking because it's all convenience. There's no more of the old-fashioned stuff.
You can download the app by searching for Go Mobile PGH in your Android or iPhone App Store. Reporting for Point News, I'm Brittany Loffer.
That was an awesome package, Britt.
Thank
And
you.
you must be like moving around really quickly to get that package done and then cut your hair.
I did just stop it. Thanks for noticing.
It's wonderful. It looks
Thank
nice.
you. But yeah, the package is great. Have you used the app yet?
I didn't get to use the app yet because
my
I got
gosh.
so many tickets while we were in class that I stopped parking downtown.
This will help that you'll lose the packages, no worries. And next we're going to be tossing it to Kyle with National News.
Thanks, Brittany. According to the latest U.S. intelligence, a Russian Metrojet flight 9268 was brought down this past weekend. The intelligence also stated that the plane was most likely brought down by a bomb planted by ISIS or an affiliate of ISIS. U.S. officials also say that this information is based on monitoring that has been taken from their messages. Also in news, there was a tragic event that happened at the University of California, Merced, when 4 students were stabbed on campus. The police were involved in an altercation which resulted in the fatal shooting of the gunman. 2 of the students that were stabbed were taken to a local hospital, and the other 2 were treated on campus. According to the U.S. military, they have confirmed that an unmanned drone crashed in the mountains over central Afghanistan. The Pentagon also reported that there were no casualties. There have been several drone crashes as the U.S. continues to use more in their fight against Al-Qaeda. That's all I have for the news this week. Let's go back to Brittany and Alexis, looking like they are ready to perform for us.
Coming up after the break, we will have our own Victor
Yes.
showing us some of his dance moves.
And it might be an Irish jig or maybe even a salsa. Find out when we come
Ooh.
back.
If you're having trouble with your schoolwork this semester, there's a helpful place on campus that you should know about. On the 7th floor of Lawrence Hall is the Program for Academic Success, which provides services like tutoring and academic counseling. The program's Writing Center is specifically designed to help you with your writing assignments, and you can even get help for them online. Students are encouraged to stop in the office, give a call, or send an email.
Every human being has a purpose, has a dream to have their voices heard, no matter where they come from, no matter where they go. As an American, it is their right to have freedom of speech. I have a dream that one day this message will speak louder than words, that even the quietest voice will not go unnoticed. That is my dream. What is yours? For more information, visit www.freedomofspeechpsa.org.
As promised, we are here with Victor Neipover to teach us some dance moves. How long have you been dancing?
I haven't done any competitive dancing, but I've been taking lessons for about 9 years now.
That's pretty impressive. So what type of dance are we doing today?
Today we're not doing really any specific genre. If you had to pick, it would be about hip hop, but these moves are some new moves, some old moves, but the next time you go to a dance party, you're going to be the coolest kid there.
Oh yeah, I'm
excited.
Okay, so we're just going to get started here. We're going to start with a basic move. All we're going to do, we're going to bend our knees, and then when we pop back up, we're going to do that. One foot is going to be with the toe and the other with the heel.
Wait a minute.
Okay?
You would balance them.
Yeah. So you do that just back and forth to any song. This can work with any song, you know, just get some hand movement. See how you guys got it? You all look beautiful.
Can we do jazz hands?
Of course, you can do whatever you want. So there's that one move.
Okay.
You have the old disco move that everybody loves to do, but it's not just the hand, okay? This is boring. You can't just do that. You got to add some hip and add some feet with it. So kind of go into it. You can do this if you wish, but you can go like that. Bam.
Wait.
See, you guys got it.
No, I don't got it.
Okay, just move your toes.
Bam!
It's
Yeah.
all the
Bam!
It's a bam. It's all about the bam, okay? See, this is
I feel
so
like my
good.
legs are so off.
Okay, so there's that one move, and then now you might get a little bit tired, but you still need to dance. So yeah, we're already getting a little tired under these lights. So a nice little move is just going back and forth, snapping your fingers.
This is my pace. I like this. I got this.
Just nice and simple. Okay, that's just if you need a little breather. Okay, so
Speak to people. Hey,
now the next move that we're gonna do, we're gonna get a little bit more sassy up in here. Okay,
Ooh.
this is if you know those bass songs, with the heavy bass, and you're just getting down with it. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get down with it.
Get down with it.
So, this move I call the hourglass. This is where you move with the contours of your body. Guys, you can do this too. I'm doing it, okay?
I want to see you move with the contours of your body.
There you go. So there's no really, certain moves you have to do. You just got to feel the music go through your body. Yeah? So, and then this final move that I'll show everybody, this might be a little bit, not PG per se, but it's called the horse rider, okay? It's where you're going to lock your knees like you're about to do some golf, okay? You're going to grab your horse, and you're going to slap him.
Oh!
Move the booty with it. Bam! Some more bams in there.
Okay. Oh!
That's how you do it. And if you do any of those moves while you dance at any party, at any song in the entire world.
I think I'm going to have to stick with this one.
Yeah.
We have some music. I feel like we should make a little dance routine with this right now.
Yeah, you can do any dance routine, and that's how amazing it is. It's just feeling the music and dancing to it, popping out the hips.
The hips are all, it seems like it's all in the hips.
That. It is. It's a lot in the hips. It's a lot in the attitude. So there's no set moves when you really dance, but if you add those and combine them, you can really be a dancing star.
All right, so how did you learn all of this? I'm having a little fun. Can we do another move too?
I do. Well, okay, I'll do that spinning move that I just did. Okay.
That'd be great.
All you do is you jump, you cross, okay, and then you just unwind. Okay,
wait,
that's
I
simple,
must have didn't unwind correctly. I got left back there.
Right. And so you can
so
like.
You jump first.
You jump and then boom. Okay, that's all you got to do. You can mix it in with that.
Ooh.
Do a little combinations, and then you can end with that and end with a pose.
No, you gotta go the horse rider. Hey.
Yeah, end with the horse rider.
I like this move a little bit too much.
So.
I think I'm gonna stick to this one right here.
This is a nice. Anybody can do this. It's a lot better than
Bam.
Yeah, it's a lot better than doing this or like. I don't like it when people do this. Okay.
Really?
Or I do this. When I go to my groupie cut songs, like,
no, that like this is not dancing.
So what is your favorite move? What is your all-time favorite move to go to?
My favorite move is called the coffee grinder. It's where I go on the ground and I start swinging my legs.
Come on, now you have to show us.
Well, you'll need to give me some room.
All right, everyone back up.
Okay, it's gonna be a little difficult with the jeans on.
Should we give you a beat? Like, do you want to like a?
No, I don't need a beat or anything. Okay.
Woo! Are you guys getting this? Woo!
That's how you end. You're gonna end the pose right there.
Real fierce.
So that's my all-time favorite.
It was like a skip. You remember Skip It?
Yes.
I wanted to jump over your leg while you were doing it.
You would have. That would have been cute.
But at the next UView party, we can all dance together.
And I'm going to be ready.
You have to watch this video, so.
I'm going to be ready.
Alexis is ready.
I'm not going to show my mom this.
It's like
Daybreak.
Yeah, that's the more sassy. I see Kyle's enjoying it quite a bit.
Yeah, your hips don't lie.
That's great. Keep dancing, guys. That was a ton of fun. I hope you guys had fun too.
I'm ready for the next party.
Yeah, I feel like I'm ready to go out, impress my people with some moves. Thanks for teaching us, Victor. I like the hourglass.
And thank you for tuning in to another edition of Daybreak. Make sure you tune in again next week for some entertainment, some fun, and clearly everything in between.
Have a great week, Point Park.